And now we are live. Today's actually a really, really cool day. I get to hang out with B Tech and we get to talk some tech today for sure, man. How's it going?
It's going good, man. Day off today, so slept in a little bit. I got some gig work done earlier, and just chilling now, man.
Gotta love those days off, dude.
hmm
Um, yeah, I did send you a little piece. I mean, we are covering a couple of things here that I want to get your insight on with Helium Mobile because I passed my 1 year anniversary with them.
Yep.
We'll talk a little bit about the Nothing Phone 3A and Pixel 9A and other stuff. As usually, we really don't have a format, and we really don't stick to format anyways. We just end up just like going all over the place. But I do want to let you show off your shiny new toy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to actually turn off the virtual background for this because my virtual background is a little bit messed up here. Let me turn that off really quick. You're gonna see a nasty mess in the background. Sorry, guys. I am like in my room / laundry room over here.
Look at my room, man. It's freaking cluttered.
Oh no, man! Like you can see, my bed is like the blankets are everywhere. But yeah, let me go ahead and take the case off really quick. Hopefully everyone's doing okay today. By the way, Blaze is in the house. By the way, Blaze, I'm gonna call you out because I never see you in any of my live streams anymore.
So
there it is. I know, right? iPhone 13 regular, I guess from Boost Mobile is $99 right now with a new line. And again, this is just a regular iPhone, no Pro version, 128 gigabyte model. And again, it comes out to about 168 after taxes with the $60 plan. So again, basically a brand new iPhone. I posted the unboxing last night, so you guys can check that out on my channel when you all get the chance. But yeah, again, chill. It's very nice so far so good.
So which network is it picking off of on Boost Mobile?
That I cannot tell you. I haven't downloaded speed test yet. Actually, no, yeah, I did. Hold on, let me take a look. Let me turn off my Wi-Fi really quick because like it came with eSIM, so it didn't come with any Rainbow cards or any AT&T cards. So let's take a look. Last night I ran a speed test. Well, let's just do it right now. Okay.
Blaze says he's here now.
He's here now. He might be on my chat. I'm not 100% sure.
I think so because it shows paired. It shows paired on my chat. I think so.
Okay, yeah, it's paired because I did pair my channel out. So Blaze, if you're here now, then thanks. I appreciate that. I usually see you in Tito streams though from time to time. So I'm just waiting for the speed test to finish. By the way, so just so you guys can see that. 347 download. Ooh, and we got about 15 upload right now on the iPhone 13. So let me.
What does it say? What network though? Like,
hold on.
Just say it like at the bottom.
Oh, it's AT&T. What?
Ooh, okay.
That's actually shocking because anytime I buy a Boost mobile phone, especially where I live. And let me see. I don't know if I can show that to you guys. AT&T. You guys see my little ring light? There you go.
Oh yeah. No.
It's never AT&T. So that's interesting. But I believe if I would have got sent like a physical SIM with it, it would have been T-Mobile. But
no, it might have been a black SIM. That's just because like I said before, Boost Mobile is like in 2 years they're moving everybody over to the AT&T or their native Boost 5G. They're breaking their MVNO agreement with T-Mobile because they're always colliding heads.
That's the case. Then that makes sense, and I'm not complaining too hard about it. I mean, the speeds are pretty decent. I'm getting about 300 par over here, so that's what's up, man. So I mean, we'll see what videos I come up with on these. Just a quick question, Tito, since you're the expert here, how long do I have to have the line active on Boost Mobile before it's an unlocked phone?
You're not gonna like the answer to that question.
Tell me it's a year. If it's a year, then I'm gonna sell this phone after a month.
First off, it's on prepaid side, right?
Yeah,
prepaid. 1 year.
Damn.
If you got it on postpaid and it was paid off, you can get it unlocked in 3 days.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I didn't pay full price for the phone, unfortunately. So that's okay. That's okay.
But there are a lot of good unlocking third-party companies that do especially good with iPhones. So
yeah,
$30 and
Yeah, I might get Mill Hustles to do that. I know which way. I know the website you're talking about, or websites you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, for sure, I'll check it out. I mean, maybe try to keep it live. I do want to try to get like the total wireless version as well. If I can get my hands on the iPhone 15 Plus, if it ever comes back in stock, I think they're only charging like $3 something for the phone, maybe a little more. Yeah. But apparently after 2 months, the phone's unlocked. So I just had to have it on that for 2 months. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good deal, man. Honestly, if you're able to snag you one, that'd be so cool.
Yeah. Oh, there. Somebody got a super chat. I don't know if that goes to me or you. We'll see. I think that goes to my channel, actually.
If it says paired, then it's on your channel.
Yeah, it says paired on my end. So Mark Flores, I believe that's one of my coworkers. Thanks again, buddy, for joining in on the chat. I think I saw him at work yesterday, so he's follows a couple of my channels. So big shout out to you, Mr. Mark. Thanks for another one. Look at that. Dang, man. Shit.
Locally, man. Feed it into B Tech.
Hey, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. That goes back to the channel. So, it goes back to any tech I buy for the channel as well.
Yeah, it always works out that way. So it's always cool.
It pays for the McDonald's ice coffee over here.
Well, we'll show it off to this.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it, man. I am dual streaming with one of my buddies here. His name's Tito, another tech YouTuber and a vlogger. So check him out. Check out his channel as well at Aloha Android. There you go.
Yeah. So like I caught your unboxing video, and I mean I've said it before. Like my iPhone 12 still runs, so that's why it's still the iPhone that I use. Once the wheels falls off of that, I'll probably more than likely go for an iPhone 13, and it's only because they're the last ones with physical SIM trays. Going after that, it's eSIM, which eSIM's not really a problem. It's not so much eSIM that's the problem for me. It's more of just like having to contact customer care to switch devices, which is why like if I did have to choose a carrier with eSIM, I would choose Visible. It's you just do it yourself. You do it in the app. You transfer your eSIM to your new phone. You don't have to chat with customer care, and they have to send you an email and a text message, and you have to plug in one-time passcodes, and then it's so much easier on Visible. And I wish other carriers like US Mobile, I really wish they would do it that way. Fortunately, they don't. Metro's like you always have to log in. You always have to go through the SIM change on the
website.
Which sucks. It's like, man, just make it simple. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish that they would have sent the iPhone with the SIM card, but I figured it's a cost cutting measure for a lot of these phone companies also. So if they have phones that they can send you with eSIM already installed or whatever, then that's the route that they're going to go.
How was the setup process? Was it like absolutely easy on your end?
Okay, so yeah, basically all I had to do was log into the account on the Boost Mobile website, or like if you go to boostmobile.com, you go to the activate button, it asks you to log in. It didn't ask me for like an account info. All it did was ask me for like an access code that again went to the email. And then once I did that, I was fully logged into the account. So then once you log into the account on the main page, it'll tell you like what phones you have active or whatever. So that, I mean, that being the iPhone 13 on this device, on this plan. And again, it just there's a little tab or whatever on that says activate lines, or activate eSIM. So once you do that, then you do have to go into the phone settings under the cellular data and like click the eSIM installation as well. So, but other than that, it took maybe like less than 10 minutes, honestly. Once I got it going.
I'm gonna clip this and put it on the Facebook group, because there's like I heard so much horror stories when it comes to eSIM activation on Boost Mobile. So kind of happy that yours was
it was very smooth, honestly. The only thing for me was getting into the account, because I forgot my password. I was like, I just changed the password. So I was like, oh no, like let me get into it. So I had to go through the access code thing twice. But like I said, once you get to the main page, you can do that. I think you could probably also download the Boost Mobile app also. I didn't do that. So just a heads up, like unlike Android phones, when you activate Boost Mobile on the iPhone, it doesn't download like all of those bloatware apps that you get with the Android devices. So I have no bloatware, no Boost Mobile apps. You have to literally go in there and install everything yourself. So on my end, I haven't, again, haven't done anything.
Oh man, yeah, because like I don't know when it comes to Boost, like Boost Mobile, they got a lot of things they need to fix. Hopefully they do. I don't know. It's like the last 8-9 videos I made on Boost Mobile have had I like I'm not trying to be negative about the company, but they really do need to fix customer service. Like that's their core problem that really ruins it for Boost Mobile. Network wise, they're decent, especially with AT&T, but man, their customer service is just is super bad. They really need to fix that. Above anything, they need to fix that. So, are you able to? Well, maybe you could probably try it out later and see. I don't know. If you could run dual SIM on it.
So I did see something there. Now that you mentioned that, let me take a look here. I doubt I can, but I did see an area that said add another eSIM, right? So, or maybe, I don't know. Did this come with a? I'm trying to see if this came with a SIM card or not, honestly, because maybe the SIM card was already inside, but I'm pretty sure it's an eSIM. Yeah, look. It says delete eSIM on the number it's on right now, but then there's also an add eSIM as well. So again, I don't know how many eSIMs you could have running on one device.
You could have multiple on iPhones. I think if you were to try to do that, again, you would have to contact support, and I'm pretty sure they would have to like unlock it to allow another SIM to function on it.
Yeah, which I doubt that's going to happen. They're going to be like, you haven't had us for a year.
Yeah, they play their card game.
And then I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna report you to the FCC. I'm gonna report you guys to the FCC because you guys are holding me under, like as a hostage, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it actually. So like, if you're reasoning, like, say you contacted Boost Mobile and you're like, you just got an iPhone 13 from them. You're using Boost Mobile service as your personal number, but you want to move your business, your work number onto your iPhone, so it's all on one phone. If you were to like ask them to do that and they deny unlocking the phone, and then you send a complaint to the FCC, they will, in fact, 9 times out of 10 unlock your phone. They won't tell you, but they'll do it. And then you just mess around with your phone like a week later, and then realize you can install another SIM card, and you're like, oh, okay, now it works.
Nice.
Yeah, because they have so many days. The way that like Boost Mobile does take FCC complaints very seriously. So the moment that one comes in, like the department I worked for, level 4 customer care support, we got like all the FCC complaints. Like it's so funny the way that it works. So they'll like one of the supervisors will message me. They use Google Chat to communicate for remote workers, and they're like, they'll go to me and be like, hey, take yourself out of inbound call and go to work mode, because we got all these tickets that you got to work on. And then so I'll switch. I'll go into the system. I'll start pulling tickets, and all of them are FCC complaints.
Damn.
And it's just like, crap. And you got to call the customer too at the same time, and like. They would always get mad at me because, like, when I get a ticket, I would read the ticket for like 5 minutes. I would look at all the previous reps that interacted with that customer and read their notes. And then my supervisor would be like, you can multitask and call the customer and start getting on there. And I'm like, dude, I want to know everything of that interaction, because if I get on there and sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm not confident, that customer is going to eat me alive. So let me investigate, and then I'll call and be like, oh yeah, you spoke to so-and-so on this day at this time, you said this, he said that, like, what was that about? And then the customer knows that I read everything. But they when it comes down to that, they expect a one-time resolution. If you can't achieve a one-time resolution on those FCC complaints, then you pretty much get a coaching from quality control.
Dang. So basically you just got to say yes to whatever they're asking for, basically.
It depends. If you have a solid policy in place that trumps what they want, then it's still a one-time resolution.
Yeah,
because you gave them the policy, and you can tell them where to find it and everything. But if it's something that, like unlocking a device,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they'll just send it to the back office team, and then the back office team just unlocks it.
And well, I mean, interesting information.
Yeah, and I hate the back office team. God, I wish they could take calls. Back office gets no phone calls. There's no way to reach them on any Metro's back office team, T-Mobile's, Verizon's. They don't have direct lines to these guys. These guys only have outbound calling.
Yeah.
And that way, so you can't bother them.
So you can't call back and complain.
Nope, you can't call back and complain. And it's like, what was it? I remember one time I got in trouble for something I didn't do, and that's just because a back office guy for Sprint contacted a customer, and I guess they got into a heated argument, and he hung up on the customer. So that customer filed a complaint against the last rep he spoke with. And because back office doesn't count, I'm the last rep that he spoke with. So I got dinged with it. Oh, wow. And they're like, why did you yell at him? And I'm like, pull my call. I didn't yell at him. And it wasn't until they realized when they looked at the notes, every agent has a unique ID. And then there was one that was for back office. And they're like, oh, wow. must have been that person that yelled at him. Oh shit!
I cannot imagine being in any type of those positions, honestly. Where I'm not where it's like not a face-to-face interaction, but like when I was an e-store lead, I definitely had a lot of angry customers on the line when it came to getting what they wanted.
Yeah, they're always weird like that. I don't know. It's a fun job. It really is. Titus says they had the iPhone 15 for $149.99 in store only on the $60 plan.
Dang, that's even a better deal, honestly. But you probably have to port your number. Again, people are leaving out that you have to port your number. This is not a new line. So if it's a new line, I bet you a lot of people would be taking advantage of it. If it is a new line, cool. You know what I mean? But most of these ads that I'm seeing are all port your number.
Yeah, I mean, it was like Metro's notorious for that. Like when I hear promos for Metro by T-Mobile, I automatically think you have to port your number in because it's very rare. It's for new line activations.
Yep.
I'm like, geez, Metro.
Yeah, I'll try to take advantage of the new line activations if I can. I'll never port my number, but the thing about that is you got to pay to get the free phone. You got to get that You got to pay the most expensive plan, which is their $70 plan.
Did I ever tell you about the time where I was at a Metro store and this person went in and threw their bicycle at the rep?
No, that's pretty messed up though.
Yeah, they can't. So, okay, so like when you go into a Metro store or when you're getting a new phone with Metro, right? Like say like the iPhone 13 is $99 on Metro. So of course you got to pay for the plan, but also you have to pay the sales tax on the iPhone up front.
Yeah. And
a lot of people don't think that's part of it, right? So when they go in, they're thinking, okay, they're gonna get the iPhone for $99, and then they see their plan charge, the $99 for the iPhone, plus the actual taxes if you bought the phone full price, because they don't discount it for the $99.
Yeah.
And the dude just got pissed, and he was like, "You're ripping me off," yada yada yada, and then. I was in there with my kid. I was getting a tablet line added on. So like I put my son behind me and I'm just like, you stay behind me. And then out of nowhere, the guy's like leaving, right? And when he came into the store, he brought his bicycle in the store. So like he's leaving the store and then he just stops, turns, grabs his bike, and then chucks it at the desk where the rep is at. And I was like, damn. But what was even funnier was the rep took the bike and put it in the back locker room. And I was like, you're not getting it back till the cops come. And the dude then starts to panic, like, give me my bike. It's my bike. It's not yours. It's like, you should have never thrown it.
I'm sure the cops had fun with that situation.
Yeah, he got arrested. Criminal property damage and assault.
For real.
Yeah, the cop was funny. He's like, I could charge you with assault with a deadly weapon. So if I were you, calm your shit down. I was like, a bicycle is a deadly weapon now. Okay.
I mean, anything could be a deadly weapon as long as you're forcefully, trying to hurt somebody with it. So I like if I tried throwing this iPhone at you, you could be like, hey, he threw his iPhone at me. That's assault right there. Maybe not with a deadly weapon, but with something.
Well, if it's a Galaxy Note 7, it's a deadly weapon.
Oh yeah.
I still can't believe someone did a GTA mod and put the Note 7 as a bomb in
That's pretty
GTA.
funny, honestly.
That's crazy as hell, man. All right, so still aggravated that the Pixel 9a is not up for sale, dude. Are you gonna grab one?
Most likely, no. I haven't had an A series phone since what, the 6A, man. Honestly, so probably won't get one. I'm probably gonna wait for them to discount like the 8A maybe if I try to get my hands on another one, because I think it may be time to retire my Pixel 7 Pro. But we'll see. We will see.
Ooh, why retire it, man? It's getting 2 more years.
All right. No, I just, it's, I don't know. It's just, possibly time to retire it already. I don't know. Nothing wrong with it specifically. I actually film most of my YouTube videos on that device, honestly. But, just a new toy to play with, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not sell it, but just kind of just like put it,
hold on to it. Yeah, hold on to it, because when Google announced that the Pixel 6 series and the 7 series was going to get 2 more operating systems, I'll be clear. Because if I say 2 years, people are like thinking security patch updates, but it's actually getting 2 more OS updates. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll end on, I think Android 18 or Android 19 is where it'll end its life.
Crazy.
That is weird. But it's cool though, man. Because like,
I don't mind, because I think I got the phone with Android 12 or maybe 13 out of the box. When it came out a couple years back.
13, because the Pixel 6 came with Android 12.
Oh yeah, I remember the ugly UI that it came with, and the ugly Wi-Fi button that you still have to press like 3 times just to.
It's still activate. Like that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think we'll get another user interface like upgrade. Maybe Android 17.
It's hilarious because like if you have a Motorola phone, like the Motorola phones, they fix that. Like,
oh yeah, you have Wi-Fi separated from mobile data, man.
Exactly, but you can just press the button, turn it on, turn it off, and it'll work the way you want it to.
Which, you know what? Like honestly, I wish they would bring that to the Pixel user interface. Like,
right,
separate it. I mean, even my Nothing Phone 1 does it. It has it separated. It's actually cool because my Nothing Phone 1 not only has it to where if you go to the quick settings, like the Wi-Fi button, the Wi-Fi button is separated. Yeah. But if you tap on like the mobile data, it lets you choose between your multi-SIMs from the quick settings. You don't actually have to go all the way into settings to do that. And I'm like,
that's pretty cool.
They should bring that to Pixels. I'm sure people would enjoy that. Like,
I mean, I do got a dual SIM going on my Pixel right now, so I mean, I got physical and an eSIM right there.
Yeah, I did it on my Nothing Phone that has my Helium SIM in it, just because the US mobile multi-connection ended, and it's like now they're gonna start charging $15 on top of your bill if you get a multi-connection line, and I'm like, screw that. I have enough SIM cards here to make my own multi-connection. So I was like, I just threw it in the Nothing Phone 1 with the Helium line. I'm like, now I got AT&T and T-Mobile, which also works great out here, so I'm good.
Oh yeah, no complaints.
What up, Coffee?
Oh, hello. I didn't even see the chat there.
Yeah, it was my dude from like Cafecito. A long time, man.
Cafecito.
But yeah, dude, I'm just watching people's videos expressing their anger towards the Pixel 9a, whether they don't like the flush back, they want that camera bar, or they're upset because it's not going to run every AI feature that the Pixel 9 has. Which, I mean, I don't know. It depends. I think it depends on users, because I don't know if AI matters a lot to you. It doesn't to me.
Yeah. So for me, I actually don't know what the Pixel 9a looks like. I haven't really done any research on what the new phone looks like, so I don't know if you want to pop it up for me.
I will bring it up.
I know. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of like articles and stuff like that popping up, but with no pictures. So I'm just like, okay, like they don't want people to know what the phone looks like, obviously. So I mean, I'm not too keen on it. I'm surprised it's coming out a little bit earlier than normal. I think usually they come out like in the summer, May, June.
Yeah, they shifted it because the summer now belongs to their flagship, right? So going since last year when they dropped the Pixel 9 in August, they shifted their timeline. So that way they would have their own, right? Because Samsung has spring, right? February is usually
Yeah.
when they launch the new Galaxies, and Apple has always had October.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they've moved away from being close to a launch of an iPhone. So now they basically took the summer, which totally works out.
I mean, not horrible, but it's like,
All right, here we go. I pulled up
let's
a
see.
website for
Whoa! So they got rid of the camera bar.
this. Yeah, this is the one I'm getting, the iris color. Then they got peony.
Oh, I like the pink color.
Porcelain and obsidian. So
I'm supposed to be getting a phone from New Mobile, but I picked like a purple color this time. I was like, you know what? Let's go with something different.
yeah,
I mean,
that's the new Pixel 9As. Yeah,
I don't
people
hate it,
are
but
actually getting mad.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that the new Pixel 10 series, whenever that comes out, is going to get rid of the camera bar as well. They're going to try to maybe mimic,
No, it's keeping it.
There's
already leaked renders of the Pixel 10. They only did it so like here's the thing about it, and I understand why they got rid of the camera bar, and that's just because the phone is thicker. Reason it's thicker is because it has a 5100 milliamp hour battery, so a much bigger battery than they've ever put in a Pixel, according to them.
Gotcha.
But what most people are not really talking about is that it actually has a vapor cooling chamber.
Oh, cool.
So we finally get that in an A series device, which means that even if like the Tensor G4 is kind of being overworked and it starts to heat up, it could dissipate the heat a lot better. So your phone wouldn't heat up as much as it did like with the Pixel 7 or the 7A.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that they added in. That's why it's thicker. And then like they don't want to have a bulky phone that has a camera bar to make it even more bulky. So they just made it where it's flush.
Nice.
I think that's a good move, in my opinion. So
yeah, I mean, I don't hate the design, but like, I guess we'll see what happens when people start posting up more stuff on it.
Yeah, I'm waiting until it says on the Google Store that it's available to buy. I honestly feel like they're not going to do a pre-order thing because it was supposed to be released March 19th. It's delayed until April. So I feel like that when it's ready, it's just going to be like a free for all, like buy it now on the website, which day one that it's available, I'm buying mine to get it shipped here so I can unbox it, review it, and it's going to be my new daily driver.
I mean, I'm glad you're excited about that, man. I don't know. I think the phone that I'm going to be excited about if I can get my hands on it is the iPhone 15 Plus. I don't really care to get the iPhone 16, but we'll see if that comes to fruition, if Total Wireless gets them back in stock anytime soon.
Yeah, because like I've already basically drawn out like my finances for everything and how I'm going to do it. So the Pixel 9a is the first one I'm going after. Once I have that, maybe like another 2 or 3 more months, maybe at max 6 months from when I get the Pixel 9a is when I'll get the Nothing Phone 3a. And that one, yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. And what happened? Did it not go? Did it go away? You used to say last night I said buy now. Now what are they doing?
Hey, what?
Oh man, Nothing is just really, I don't know. I mean, I get it because they're not US based, so you can't I wouldn't suggest anybody that's not using a T-Mobile based phone to get the Nothing Phone 3a. Although it looks cool, I like this color. This is the colorway I'm going for. But I wouldn't recommend anyone that is not using T-Mobile to get it, because if you're really about getting 5G connectivity, T-Mobile's the only one that works flawlessly on these phones. AT&T and Verizon don't. But it says sign up, so it's telling me to put my email in it. So they had it when I looked at it. They had it for sale, and then they closed out the beta again. Oh my god! Well, you can't catch a break with these. You can't. And I was like looking at it, and something was telling me like maybe I should grab this first and get the Pixel 9a later. And then my wife is like, "You like Pixels? Go for that first, and then get that one later." And now look, the buy now's gone. But I think to be honest with you, I think this is the reason why the Pixel 10 base model will have 3 cameras. Because the 3A is only $379 from nothing.
Oh wow, that's actually really good.
It's less than 400, and you get both a wide angle, ultra wide, and then you get a regular telephoto on the 3A. But if you get the Pro one, that one has the periscope telephoto lens. So, and that's on a sub $400 phone. You get a telephoto lens. Obviously, makes the Pixel 10 look bad if they still stuck to the wide angle and ultra wide and no telephoto.
I mean, it's an interesting looking design. Like I'm not really. I think I only remember seeing like the Nothing Phone 1 design, and I was like, okay. But this one looks pretty interesting. It looks like it's got like that early 2000s or late 90s etched design with the see-through, plastic covers or whatever, the see-through plating. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I've always wanted to like. If like I've put it out there, if somebody in my city has a Nothing Phone 1 and it's like totally broken, like I want them to give it to me because I really want to. And this is probably stupid and it's not really tech related, but I want to open up these phones because I want to look for that hidden Pokemon reference. Because I guess Carl Pei is a big fan of Pokemon. Mm-hmm. So all the Nothing phones are supposed to have some sort of Pokemon reference in the internal hardware components.
Oh dang!
And I'm like, okay, I want to see this. Like, and what did they put? Like, did they put Charizard on the freaking motherboard, or like what did they do? Because I mean, you see like the charging coils and the ribbons on the back, but there's still like the motherboard and all that underneath all of this. So
I guess we'll have to wait for what's that YouTube channel that opens up everything or whatever.
Oh, Jerry rigs everything.
Jerry rigs everything to open it up and see what's going on in there, probably.
Yeah, after he destroys it. I have such a hard time watching his YouTube channel, and it has nothing to do with like, you know, his like if his videos are good or bad. It's just so hard to like see him go, all right, we're gonna take, you know, the level 1 scratcher here, and then he just starts scratching the hell out of the phone, and I'm like, I'm watching a brand new phone he took out of the box just get destroyed.
Dang, yeah. Throw it in a blender. Throw it in a blender. It's all good.
You got that.
I haven't gotten the new phone just yet, man. I'm still waiting for it to come in. I need to check the tracking on that, actually. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but basically, like, I'm in connection with one of the new mobile reps or somebody that's affiliated with them as well. So,
yeah. I think this also came from your channel, too.
Okay, yeah, they switched from Metro saving $350 a year. Good to okay. So they were asking, what are our thoughts on the $25 visible plan? I mean, I think it's a great plan for the price, and you know, if you're on a tight budget, you know, do it. You're not gonna get bad service, that's for sure.
No, Isaac says looks like the LG G8 ThinQ, the camera layout.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking also.
Is there a way to pretend your Boost phone is disconnected? What do you mean by that?
I have no clue. I don't know what that means.
Like pretend it's disconnected, like as in such what? Like there's no service on it?
You can turn off the data and then you can pretend that it's disconnected. I don't know.
Yeah, you can turn off the data, or you can completely, like where it says turn this line off, you can do that, and that basically disables the eSIM. But I mean, that still won't allow another SIM to install on it. You still have to get it unlocked. No, clarify your question.
Right, yeah, that's a confusing question.
That
is a confusing question. It's all good.
Yeah, it kind of is. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully at some point, Nothing gets past this US beta test and starts bringing devices here. I mean, that's really the thing is they don't have 5G certification in the United States. That's one of the setbacks that they have. I'm sure that a lot of these phones can actually connect on Verizon, considering the LTE bands and the 5G bands that they do support are the same as what Verizon has. So it's just the certification they don't have in the US. But I like their their CMF phone, which is so weird because it's got that removable back plate, which I thought missed opportunity there was removable battery. But then again, I've heard their reasonings why they don't do removable battery. And so I guess it makes sense to protect like users from getting hurt from it, you know, if it got damaged. But like, yeah, you can change the back plate on that thing. Like they're trying to make it fun and modular. And I'm like hoping that not the Nothing phone, but the CMF phone too, brings more modularity to it. That would be really cool. It says, oh, here we go.
Wait, there we go. We got a comment there.
Yeah, it says your connection cannot be processed. Okay. I just ordered a second visible base SIM. I think visible. Okay, so you got a second visible SIM, but for this one, I don't mind long paragraphs. Just type out a paragraph comment as to like what's going on, so that way we have a better understanding. Let's see. Thanks, culture.
Damn, the iPhone 15 Plus is no longer on sale on Total by Verizon, and it went back to regular price.
Oh,
yeah, it's $679 for an iPhone, but you can get the iPhone 15 for $3 something. I think $329. So I think you can still get a good deal with the iPhone 15, $329.
You know what I would literally do in this instance if I ran Total by Verizon or just even if I had my own MVNO company, to better serve my customers, I would do something called a rain check. So if I was going to run a promotion to get new subscribers to my MVNO, and I was going to be like, let's put the iPhone 16 on sale for $199 with port-in special, and like everything's sold out, and then you came to the website while the promotion was going and you're like, they're sold out, I would put a button that would say rain check, and when you click on it, it opens up for your information with your email address, the number you're going to port, and how we could reach back to you. So then that way, once we have more iPhone 16s, even when the promo ends, you would still get the promo deal because you tried when it was active, but lack of having enough phones to sell, we ran out, you weren't able to get one. So it's not your fault that you couldn't take advantage, it was our fault. I would do that, and I see no company doing that at all.
You're right. When was the last time? I think the company I work for, I won't say their name online here, but they still do rain checks in store. But that's if it's like the last day of the promotion, and if it's the last day of the promotion and they're out of the product and it's on sale, they do allow a rain check. Which again, you have to ask for it. They don't just give it to you, right? But I was thinking to myself, dang, like I haven't heard that term in a long time. You know what I mean? Like, can I get a rain check on this?
Yeah, and just a little side note, those that are watching, there's 5 on your channel watching, there's 5 on my channel watching. If you guys do solid, smash the like button.
Smash the like button, guys. Appreciate
it. Really appreciate it. Yeah, but that's what I would do. I would have rain checks on the website. I would allow people at least if they try to. Now, if you click the rain check button and you fill out all your information and you try to get the phone at the promotional price, but you don't port your number over, then we would charge you full price for the phone. That's where you would get hit with that, just to make it fair. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm like, nothing. they're good phones, honestly, and it's like it's very playful. I think the biggest issues that I have with my Nothing Phone 1, it's not even a bad issue. It's just I am addicted to the Composer on this. So there's an app called Composer, and when you play around with it, it creates so it looks like that, and then when you start tapping the buttons, it makes these weird sounds and the glyphs light up. So when you hit the red button to record, and I'll do hello, I'll stop and I'll save it. It just starts playing it.
Trippy.
And it gets so addicting because I'm like trying to come up with stuff, and trust me, people, I'm not no good composer.
Man,
I haven't created.
That hurts my eyes a little bit, man. Low key, the little LEDs in the back, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, those LEDs actually serve like a really good purpose too, man. I can keep my phone on the desk, and when it's connected to the charger, this bottom glyph, it kind of acts as a battery indicator. And when it gets full, it completely lights up. But if it's like 50%, only half of it lights up, and it's like little subtle things, man. Like I would say, if you find someone selling like a Nothing Phone 1 or 2 or the 2A or the 2A Plus like for cheap, man, grab you one just to play around with it, man. I think you would be like interested in it for sure.
Possible if I can get one cheap.
I can find them. Like look on eBay. Like I seen this one I got for really cheap. The phone with the LEDs is called Nothing Phone 1. Nothing is the name of the company. So it's the Nothing Phone 1 is what I have. But there are Nothing Phone 1, 2, 2A, 2A Plus, 3A, 3A Pro, and later this year they'll release the Nothing Phone 3. So we can be expecting that. Okay, yeah, enough fooling around with that phone. There's switching tracks here. We'll talk a little bit about Helium. How's your Helium service going?
Well, the one thing that I can only really complain about is the app and the mapping, man. It's a little glitchy, at times. Like it's been a couple of times where like the app just freezes or it crashes on me. The mapping is inconsistent because like, some days I'll take the phone out with me and then it doesn't count the mapping at all. And then it's like you have to go in, upload, or not upload, but like restart the app and then maybe possibly update the app because it's like constantly updating now, I think. So other than that, the service, I can't complain too much about it because of, under the T-Mobile umbrella. So down here where I live, it's not bad at all. As far as the Helium mobile hotspot, I have some reservations that I could discuss, I guess. Yeah. So I paid $249 for that hotspot, right? I think that's how much it cost, $249, I think, for the indoor hotspot. And I've actually probably at least gotten close to making most of the money back already just in using the phones here at home. So, if you guys are not familiar with an indoor hotspot or an outdoor hotspot, basically Helium Mobile allows its users to purchase these hotspots and then their Helium mobile line will connect to it rather than connecting to like Wi-Fi or the T-Mobile network. So basically, it's like being on the Helium network. It's like a Wi-Fi network. That's what it is. It's basically just like an extended Wi-Fi network. But when you have it, the person that owns it can. It's kind of like you're mining crypto in a way, and you get rewards. So like you can make, depending on how much data is offloaded from the router. I think the most I've made on it like in a day is like $6 probably, which is not bad at all. But you have to be like, doing stuff on it all the time, really. I mean, for it to, and the thing is like, you don't always get rewarded data, or I'm sorry, I guess you don't always get the rewards. So I could like watch, like I can use 10 gigs of data in like a day on it if I wanted to. And like they'll only reward me like 1 gig or 2 gigs of data on it. So it really just depends on it. But again, 1 or 2 gigs is still like a couple bucks regardless, right? So the thing with that is though, the same thing that I issue that I'm having with the Helium mobile app is the Helium mobile what is it called? I already forgot the name. It's called Helium Builder. That app is a little bit glitchy also. It works when it wants to work, I guess. Again, I have to update it constantly as well. It freezes from time to time. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't update the stuff correctly. But also, your connections don't always connect to your Helium mobile hotspot. So let's say, for instance, right, like let's say the app goes out of date and you need to update the app. Your phones will not connect to your Helium to the Helium hotspot, basically, is what I'm saying. So you have to constantly be checking to see if your phone is even connected to it or not. And that's, I guess, my only reservation with that. It's still a little bit buggy, obviously, but other than that, again, I'm making money off of it. I mean, let me see if I can show you guys really quick.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. the hotspot for what it looks like, so people can see
Oh,
exactly what you're
oh,
talking about. Well,
you
I'm pulling up
know the name of it, right?
my
Yeah.
indoor
Oh,
hotspot.
there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. Indoor hotspot. This is what he's for those that want to know. This is what he's talking about. This actually plugs into your home internet router. So you have to plug that in there. That's where the data comes from. And FYI to people out there, know if you have this connected to your home internet router, doesn't mean that someone on Helium Mobile can spider and wall crawl through your Wi-Fi connection and connect to your IoTs. It's a completely separate channel. They get no access to your IoT, so they can't connect to your smart TV or your laptop or whatever. It acts like a cell phone tower. It just takes your home Wi-Fi and uses it as a data signal for Helium customers, which is why you have to leave your Wi-Fi on your smartphone if you're a Helium mobile user.
Yep. And also you should not delete, but like I would try, if you have any other Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi hotspots in your home, I would forget those, because if not, sometimes your phone will want to connect to those instead of the Helium one, even though it should technically connect to the Helium mobile hotspot regardless. But sometimes I had it set to like another Wi-Fi and it would connect to like my regular Wi-Fi routers instead.
Yeah, that I've seen a lot of that on Reddit from people. They're like wondering why they're always connecting to their home Wi-Fi over the hotspot, and then that was always suggested. It was like, delete your certifications for your home Wi-Fi, so that way it will only connect to the hotspot. And I'm like, that would make sense, obviously, because your phone is going to use whatever is considered to be like the stronger of them. And if your home Wi-Fi, obviously, is going to be stronger than the mobile hotspot, or not the mobile, but mobile hotspot. I always, when I say mobile hotspot, I think of the little Wi-Fi boxes that we get. So this thing is bigger than that. Trust me, the photo that we shown, it's bigger. It's like it almost looks like it's an external DVD drive for your PC.
I'm gonna send you my earnings, and maybe you can screen share that with the thing. I'll send it to you like on should I send it to you on Twitter or on Google Messenger?
You can do Google Chat.
All right, Google Chat, here we go. Oh, they want me to use Gemini. No thanks.
Everything's going Gemini.
Right.
They're shutting down Google Assistant at the end of this year.
Yeah, so I already sent you the screenshot, but basically that's my earnings for like the last 7 days on the hotspot. So again, I'm mapping, I'm doing it all. I'm trying to, make money off the hotspot, you know what I mean? And then like I get referral, codes, or not, referral credit as well, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of everything, but on this last one, I was kind of slacking the last like 7 days using the hotspot. If I could be 100% honest, I wasn't, because I've been working a lot. So, but for those of you who are interested, I sent Tito the screenshot. He can pop it up in a few.
Yeah, it's coming up right now.
Yeah, it's all good. There you go.
Yep.
So I've earned 3 HNT, which is about $8 and change. I don't know what the POC is. I never understood what POC is.
That's proof of coverage.
Yeah, proof of coverage, I guess. So I got $1.85 from that. So about $10 and change. You know what I mean? So that's not bad for 7 days. Hey, $10 for just using the router, basically. So I mean, if you think about it, like you could probably get about like I don't know how much I don't know what my lifetime earnings on that are, but like I've only had it for a couple months, honestly, guys. So it's hard for me to say.
From what I understood from the folks on Discord for Helium, so like the data, you're earning rewards for offloading data usage. So rather than using T-Mobile's network, you're using the hotspot connection. So they're rewarding you for that, and then the proof of coverage is because, from what I understand, it's Helium rewarding you for deploying the hotspot.
Oh, there you go.
So you're getting like a reward directly from Helium in that instance, and so
even if you're not connected, you'll still get like a little, like a little reward for that.
Yeah, you'll get a little something from them, because like what they do, like there's a lot of people when it comes to Helium, there are a lot of people who actually build their own what they call CBRS radios, and the way that Helium would test out to make sure that there is a stable connection, to make sure that it is a legit hotspot, is in fact what they call proof of coverage, to prove that your hotspot is set up, it's on, it's, you know, there's a signal out that people can connect to. And so for you doing it the right way, they, you know, and not try to cheat the system or whatever, yeah, you get like a proof of coverage, which is like a reward just for having it on. So yeah. I still haven't got the hotspot yet. Not going to until I move.
So speaking of, just because like I don't know, like I've never really heard of this company, and it's a little off topic, but it's a little bit related to it. Hold on, let me see if I can find the website or the people that messaged me. I don't know if you've heard of this company called Carrier One. But they want to send me one of their hotspots also, but according to them, they work more with like AT&T, I guess based. It says we deal with AT&T aggregators to provide wireless offloading. So it's kind of like the same concept, but I just told them like, well, like, I mean, obviously now I have the Boost mobile phone, so maybe, you know, it'll connect to that if I get it. But I'm just thinking to myself, let me share with you their, I guess their Twitter page. Maybe you can do your research on that a little bit later. But I was just thinking to myself, like, what the heck? Carrier One, I've never heard of this.
Did these guys?
Let me take a look. Hold on. It's not even letting me click their profile. Yes. Well, no, hold on. Let me see. Yes, I think that's the website. Carrier One. Yes.
They got cellular devices, Wi-Fi devices. Oh, it's because they're crypto based. So they are like Helium, except that they don't. At least for right now, they don't have like an MVNO agreement with the carrier. Maybe they have an agreement with AT&T to offload data usage. Yeah. So to better explain this to a lot of people, you know, just for the hell of it. So when Helium Mobile came out, they tapped into a market that wasn't even being explored yet, right? So basically, you're earning crypto just for using your mobile phone's data. And when they had the agreement with T-Mobile, when they got it, they let them know that the idea was to build a peer-to-peer network sharing based on using these hotspots connected to the home Wi-Fi for other mobile phone users to connect to for data. Because a lot of like people pay maybe like, well, like the average home internet bill is between $50 to $200. And maybe you're not always at home on your Wi-Fi. So they looked at it like it's wasted Wi-Fi coverage. So why not let other people connect to it to offload from the network? Because there's only so much a tower can withstand of how many people are actively connected to that cell site. So Helium pitched that idea. They started to build towards it, and now they've actually got it going, right? So it's, you know, now they're just changing their plans and stuff like that. But the overall idea of connecting to the Helium network, that's going so good that they've made agreements with Verizon and, you know, AT&T as well, I believe. So some AT&T users would connect to your hotspot if Helium reached out to you with the email and said they want to convert your hotspot location to not only accept Helium customers, but AT&T and Verizon customers.
Yeah.
You would be on the beta program for that. But I know they mostly reach out to those who have the outdoor hotspot.
Yeah, correct.
To do that. So these guys, Carrier One, they're also in the same way. They're like, yeah, we'll offload your data usage by getting people to sign up with us and connect our hotspots to their home Wi-Fi, and they'll earn crypto. The difference is that it's not one set crypto. I don't know which currency they're using. They could be using Solana. They could use Ethereum.
Because like Helium has their own, you know, token and their own like stuff, and they're off the Solana network. So it's like, what does Carrier One do? That's my question, I guess. You know what I mean?
I'll look into it. I'll start digging around to see like which crypto they are actually, like which blockchain they're on. I'll look and see.
Yeah, and I think, well, here I'll send you like the little thing of where they want to send me like one of their hotspots or whatever. So their outdoor hotspot looks pretty cool, honestly. But The Wi-Fi hotspot looks very similar to like the Helium mobile one as well. So probably about the same price. And it says pre-order. I actually haven't signed up yet. They sent me like a link to sign up for their thing, so I guess I'm gonna do it just to do it. I just hope they're not trying to steal like my YouTube channel.
I would go with a different Google account, and then I would like respond to them, let them know like, hey, this Google account that's signing up for it is actually me. This is my Google account that I test all things with.
Yeah, no, I would probably do that.
They should be cool with that. Now, if they're flaky, then they'll have some resistance and be like, no, you got to use your actual email we emailed you. And then it's like, why do you need that one?
Well, it doesn't seem to, I guess, not what's the word I'm using, fake, I guess. Like they actually have like an X page with like 30,000 followers, and it seems pretty legit, you know what I mean? So
yeah, so the link that you sent me to the same site that I found on the internet. So yeah, I would say that they are pretty legit. I see what you're talking about. Their outdoor hotspots are different than
yeah, they look a little different than Helium.
This one looks like almost like a light fixture, dude. Like seriously, like something that you would put on the side of your house that's lower. So it's not like one of those big giant nodes that Helium has that you would like put on a tower. This thing you could actually just put on the outside of your house.
Yeah, you just mount it on like the highest point.
Yeah,
or get like a pole and stick it on a pole.
Yeah, I mean this one's coming soon. They say this one is for the cellular infrastructure. Yeah, I get that.
So I'm gonna, yeah, man, dude. Like, I mean, this is interesting. Like, that I have had a company reach out to me, and they messaged me on X. They didn't message me like on they didn't email me. I've never gotten I've gotten messages like from like people like brands, but like nothing like this. I'm like, whoa.
So I found the token that they use. They use their own token.
What's it called?
I would say
Kone. Oh, okay. I think I've
Cone.
heard it.
Yeah,
there you go. I'm sure you can. What I do normally is like when I transfer my Helium mobile token, I convert it to something else right away. Yeah, I'll usually convert it to like either like Dogecoin or like Shiba Inu, because those usually tend to like pop up in value pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think so like where I send a lot of mine to, I send it actually to the Helium Black wallet, and then I convert them to Solana. Solana does pretty good. It's got a pretty good value to it.
Yeah.
You need Solana anyways to do any type of transaction on Helium. So I mean,
yep. Yeah, I mean you might as well just keep it as Solana, I guess.
Yeah. Eventually, when I have enough, I'll probably convert to Ethereum.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this. So they have their own coin, but I mean, I don't know what blockchain they're on. It doesn't.
Coin.
It doesn't say anything.
So yeah.
Okay.
I mean, once I sign up, I might refer them to you also, so that maybe you can test them out as well. So we'll see what's up. I mean,
yeah. No, I'll take a look at it. It's it's interesting. It's interesting where things are at.
Yeah.
Everyone's going in.
Anything to save a buck, I guess. I don't know. I mean, anything to save money for these other companies. And it's like a win-win, because it's like the user and the people that are like deploying the hotspots or whatever, like or especially the people that are just helping out with deploying the hotspots. They're at least they're getting something out of it, right? It's not like oh hey, like they just have it there and they're not getting anything out of it. Like no, they're getting rewards. They're getting paid for people that use the hotspots. So I mean, it's interesting. So I got my dad running his phone on Cricket over here. So if I get that also, and my only question is, okay, like if it's offloading to like an AT&T carrier or like a brand from AT&T, then it's like, do you have to download like a specific app or something? Kind of like what Helium does. You have to have the credentials, right? You have to do the Wi-Fi certificate. Do you have to do that with like these other devices as well? With this device?
I'm gonna say pretty much like they'll have something like users will have to install on their phone if they want to connect to these things.
All right.
Yeah, because you have to have some sort of certificate that validates you to be connected to that device. Otherwise, you won't even find it. Like these devices don't have an SSID that could be found just by opening your Wi-Fi and doing a Wi-Fi scan. So you would have to have those certificates already installed in your Wi-Fi and then go from there. But I'll accept all cookies from that. Ethereum is like at $2,004 currently right now. It's gone down. In the last 7 days, gone down 1.88%. Solana sitting at $137.
Yeah, Solana, man. I remember when it was like over 200, man. Honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of going down. Shiba's going down too.
A lot of crypto has been kind of jumping. Yesterday it was jumping up a little bit, like, and then right now it's kind of like balancing out. So
Shiba's actually not bad though. I mean, just in the last hour it went down like 0.74%, but it's still got an uprise, like 6% in the last 24 hours and 14 in the last 7 days.
Man, so I remember I had almost like $1,000 worth of Shiba, man, and I sold it off, man. I should have kept it. Oh well, too late now.
Yeah, I mean,
number one.
Just imagine if you had one Bitcoin, $86,000, man.
$86,000, yeah.
It's dropped though, because last month it was over 100,000.
I mean, it's still a lot considering last year it got down to like 20K almost last year.
Yeah.
So imagine people that bought in when it was still low. And then it pumped up to over 100,000 like late last year. And I was like, damn, like, a lot of people it was going crazy last year. So apparently this year is supposed to be the bull run. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. But yeah, like if you guys are getting into the cryptocurrency or investing, like just put like, $50 to $100 in on a specific token. Do your research, obviously. And you might, get, some money out of it. I mean, I've made a couple thousand. I'm not going to lie, off of cryptocurrency,
Well,
but I would always suggest, like, if you're making money, sell, because like it's always gonna dip. Like you're always gonna see a drop in it. Like and if you need that money, sell. Just sell it.
Yeah. Straight Talk had a Motor Razor for $200.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. No, I didn't see that.
Thanks for joining in on the chat. I think he's coming from my channel.
Yep, he's on your channel. I was tempted to get it and then grab Mr. Mobile's clicks for it. The whole package would be like $300. Oh wow, yeah, Mr. Mobile's clicks, man. Like it's just funny how we advance in tech and then we go back, right? A lot of people were just like, I remember when you had a BlackBerry physical keyboard, or even one like remember the Samsung that had a physical keyboard too as well, and people were always just crapping all over it, like, oh, you got to go full on-screen keyboard. And then now, Mr. Mobile and his clicks, and now everybody wants to get back to physical keyboards. They're really trying to get away from having just to rely on on-screen keyboards. And I'm like, I mean, we're just kind of going backwards.
Damn.
It's like today's kids, right? My son, and I always get onto my son on this. College student, smart kid. Sometimes I just want to bop him on a damn head. Like he goes to Walmart and he buys those $5 wired earbuds, and he's like, they break easily. So that's why I think he's already spent over $300 for how many pairs he's bought, and I'm like, why don't you just invest in a really solid, nice pair? Like get one from Skull Candy or something, that's got a bit of durability to them. Because he doesn't want to use the wireless earbuds, and I get why, because he loses like one half of it. So he's like, he'll feel stupid only having the other side in his ear. So he just doesn't want to risk losing a Bluetooth earbud. So he'd rather use wired. And I'm like, okay, but then buy a high quality one, I mean, Nakamichi's, you can find them online, and they're like probably one of my favorite audio brands ever. I love their over-the-ear headphones. They have so much good sound. And so I told him, like, they also have earbuds too. I mean, they'll come from Japan, so it'll probably be like a week before you get them. But durability wise, I mean, around the earbuds, there's a metal clasp that protects it from being pulled. And it's cool too, because if it does get yanked out, all you gotta do is strip the wire and then feed it back in and then clamp down, and it continues to work. It's crazy how it works. I was like, buy that. And because he's like, these are only $5. I'm like, yeah, but they add up. Right now, you're over $300 you spent on cheap earbuds. You could have spent like $29 on some decent pairs. Like, I don't know. Kids today, man, this generation, I just don't get them.
What is that? Okay, sorry, I'm like trying to get signed up for this thing while we're talking. But it's because like
you pulled the plug.
Yeah, no, it's because it's saying send your SWI address. So I guess that's like their reward token, I guess. So I had to log into my Coinbase account over here. Like I have different crypto accounts. I have Robinhood, I have Coinbase, I have crypto.com or whatever. But I mean, I use Coinbase when it comes to like these type of transactions.
Yeah, I have Coinbase as well.
Oh yeah, I think the Coinbase is probably like the most simple one to use, honestly.
It is. It's for entry into the crypto game. Coinbase is very easy to navigate and to understand. So
yeah,
I would say go that route. And then I don't know what it is. I don't know why people get so intimidated by crypto. Because I used to, for me, I'll explain to people, like I was intimidated two years ago until I started reading on it. Really, anything that you want to get involved in, you want to know about, just open up your web browser, start doing a search, and just start just start learning. I mean, same thing with 5G. Like, there's like what's his name, CV Tech, who we haven't seen in a while.
Oh yeah.
I remember he's always just like, he don't understand the 5G stuff, and I'm like, dude, just research it. Go online and read about it. It's not hard to understand once you start picking up on the terminologies. Once you start knowing what the terminologies mean, then when you start reading the articles on it, you'll be able to follow, because those articles, they love to use the technical terms of the topic. So instead of saying what CBRS is, they just say CBRS. Cell broadcasting radio system, they won't say that, but they'll say CBRS. So like you can just learn it. And that's why I was always telling them, like, go on there, because since Sneed talks a lot about the telco and 5G and whatnot, and so does Carlos and Ricky and all them, Moose and everybody. Like, for me to follow what they're talking about, like I literally was like reading books on 5G, understanding these radio frequencies and how they work, understanding the signal patterns of millimeter wave versus C-band, S-band. And it's just like once you start reading it, and then you just pretty much like it locks in your brain. So then you watch their stuff and you're like, now you know what they're talking about. You're really following what they're saying. And I implore anybody, you're never too old to learn. Who gives a fuck what other people think? I think that's another thing too that like kind of plagues people. They're always worried or concerned about what other people think or say, and it's like, fuck them. If you want to learn something, learn it. You want to get into something, get into it. So I'm getting into crypto. I've had younger people in chats on Reddit, and they're just like, oh, you're an old timer, because like I'll tell them, like, they're like, how old are you? 42. I was born in 1982. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm an old timer this, I'm an old timer that. Like, bro, I have gray hairs growing, but I'm not fully gray white haired yet. So let's stop it with the old man thing. I'm not old. We're getting there. We're over the hill, but we're not like all the way down the hill already. People just gotta knock that stuff off, man. Same goes with tech. Let me pretty much say that.
For real, man. I got the gray hairs going also. You just can't see them, but they're like all along the side of my
yeah, you don't look it at all, dude. I swear to God, if I didn't know you,
they're there.
If I didn't know you, I would just literally think that you were like 28, 29. Honestly, no bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get that a lot. I still get a lot of people that, like, especially I work with, because I work with a lot of people that are like, between 18 and 25. So, I work, there's a few people. I work with a 17-year-old in my department, as young as 21, 22. So it's like, I tell them like, oh yeah, I've been working with HEB since you were in diapers, or even before you were born. I've been working for the company. You know what I mean? So they trip out a little bit, because they're like, oh, you look so young. I'm like, yeah, I get that. And I just tell them, yeah, I tell them product of not ever getting married or not having any children, I guess, and not drinking alcohol, because I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah. No, so, I think the secret to all of it is, and I'll share the secret with everybody. If you want to maintain your youth, where you're not aging as fast as your actual age is, it's called don't sweat the small shit. Like, I only concern myself with things that I can control. If it's beyond my control, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it.
Yep.
It's like it is what it is, you know. Just relax, and you need to laugh a lot. Like I cannot stress to people today how you should be fucking laughing more. Um, I'm not into that whole political crap. I don't give a shit about uh, feelings. If it's a funny joke, it's a funny joke. I understand when there's a joke and when they're being serious, and that's why like it's so hard to like get a good comedy special today because every comedian is concerned about getting canceled, and it's like leave the comedians alone. Because
Yeah.
I want to go to a house show. Like I know Fluffy's coming here soon, and I think my wife and I are gonna double date with one of her coworkers and the husband. We're supposed to go see Fluffy, and it's like the last few specials I saw from Fluffy, he seems reserved, like he's afraid to get canceled by saying something. It's like, come on, they're just
he
jokes.
He came down recently to my area. I didn't go to the show, but one of my buddies did, and he always enjoys the shows.
Yeah, it's like leave the comedians alone. Jeez.
I mean, it is what it is, but like I respect guys like Dave Chappelle who don't give a fuck. Who don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah. Dave Chappelle, yeah, he's one of them, man.
Yeah.
I like his specials. I like his stuff. I think the earliest comedian I watched that I got in trouble for watching his special was Richard Pryor. I watched his special. My mom got mad at me. She was just like, he uses language that's not for kids. Because I would always throw that at my mom. I'd always be like, why do you get to watch them? Because when she wanted to watch his stuff so she could laugh, she'll send me to my room, like, go play with your toys. And it's like, oh, what are you watching? So, yeah, man.
For sure.
That's what keeps us young. We don't sweat the small shit. If it's out of our control, it's out of our control. Whatever's within our control, then, obviously we'll handle it. And you gotta laugh. And... to keep it PG for everybody out there, don't lose your libido, okay? Don't get old and dry up, okay? Like I when I was like in my 20s, I would always see these older men talk about it. They're like, yeah, spicing up the bedroom life and yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, like how? But obviously that just showed my inexperience in being in the bed with the woman. Now that I'm at the age that I'm at, I'm like, yeah, you can definitely experiment. Role playing is not out of the picture. I mean, people get cringe on that, but you know what? Live out your fantasies. Trust me, it's good for your heart.
Yeah.
Of course, not good for my kids though, so I have to turn on Google Home with music and blast that shit loud. They still haven't figured out what I'm doing. They still haven't figured out what I'm doing when I'm playing music. They think that I'm like playing The Weeknd and like just some classic R&Bs from back in the day, Boys to Men and that type of stuff. They think like, oh, Dad's on his old 1990s music trip, and I'm like, good, keep thinking that, because you don't want to come in my room. I lock the doors. You ain't coming in here. And I think my oldest daughter kind of figured out, because when I always come out for a snack afterwards. That's just the way it is.
LOL. you gotta what do you call it? Recarb up, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, there's that. I go hiking. I mean, yesterday. Oh my god! Since we're chilling now, I just gotta tell you this. So my oldest daughter, she's mad at me today because yesterday we're gonna go hiking. So they're like, oh yeah, we want to come. We want to go. I'm like, okay. Well, I told them, well, the trail that we're going on is an expert's trail. And it's so deceiving because the first 2 miles of this trail is flat. So you're like going over some rocky terrain and stuff like that. But then halfway through this trail comes to a steep incline. And I kid you not, the first level up that mountain and you're already feeling it in your legs. And so my daughter's like, we get to the first top part area. She's like, okay, we made it to the top, and she can oversee the city of Phoenix. And she's like taking pictures of the phone. I'm like, okay, we're going up. She's like, wait, we're going down. I'm like, no, we're going up. We went up to the second level, which is another 15-minute hike up, upwards. And we stopped, but she was mad because she was sore from all that walking, but she freaked out because I got stung by a bee. I didn't know I had a bee caught in my hair, and so I swatted, something fell on my neck and jabbed me right in my neck, and I swatted it, and it looked like a honeybee or a killer bee, one of the two. They look alike. I stepped on it and killed them right away, but I was like, I felt a stinger in my neck, and so I just used my fingernail and just kind of like scraped and popped it out.
Oh wow.
And like they were like, "Oh, we gotta watch you now for allergic reaction, yada yada yada." I'm like, "All right, we'll go back down." But my daughter like hates me because she's like, "If we're going hiking, we need to do a medium or a novice trail." I'm like, "No, we do expert." Like, told her I was like, "You're my daughter. You're not a pussy. You're gonna do this right. We're gonna go in all expert. We're gonna grind it in there." And that's because she wants to stay fit.
Yeah.
She's afraid of she knows my health history. She knows I'm diabetic. She knows my mom was and my sister is, and so she's afraid. And I told her, just don't splurge on food and make sure you're always active, exercise. Like, don't be like your lazy old dad.
Yeah.
I was lazy for a while.
Well, I mean, part of it is genetics, right? But yeah, I mean, you can stay away from stuff like that. It's just a healthy diet, like you said, healthy diet and lifestyle. I believe that we'll keep it going. But that's not to say that you can't spoil yourself at times and do things right. I mean, just
yeah.
I mean, also people really need to just pay attention to like their yearly doctor visits. I mean, obviously, I know everyone can't afford to go to the doctor, right? But there's a lot of things where you can test your blood sugar and just find things out yourself. They sell those little home kits where you can prick your little finger and you can test your blood sugar. Or obviously, I think when you go to the doctor, they check a little bit more, right, when it comes to your blood work. But I mean, as long as you know what's up, then you're good. I mean, but like for me, luckily, like my job will do like a free testing once a year for the people that are under the insurance. And they also, if you're on the insurance, you get a free yearly physical. So I'm starting to take advantage of that now. And luckily, like my sugar levels were good like the last couple of years. I'm just like, oh my god, thanks, because I'm like, I'm over here with my iced coffee and my soda and man, I got to watch out. Also, is all I'm saying. I'm skinny, but being thin
well, like type 2 diabetes, I mean, like, dude, like I've been following its study for like so many years now, and it's really cool the advancements in the studies that they have right now. So it's not so much of like your body size or your body weight, even though I'm not telling people like go ahead and get to 200 pounds. Like, don't do it if you're 5'1". So you don't want to do that. But really what it is the pancreas's inability to create insulin to neutralize the glucose in your blood. And so it's like your pancreas is failing.
Yeah.
So, because like there was a buddy of mine on Facebook, and he's like, he recently got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and he's like, he doesn't know how. He's always active. He's a construction worker. He's at his a healthy body mass index. And I'm like, yeah, but your pancreas is also failing. So that's the problem. That is like the overall thing. If there was like a shot that could, I mean, there is one, but it's not like a one-time cure type thing. There is a shot that you can take to your pancreas that will boost its activity to secrete more insulin into your blood. But you would have to keep going back and getting injections for that. And I'm just like, hopefully one day they have a cure, hopefully. But then we know the medical office, like the medical in our country, is not interested in curing you. They're just interested in making you live with your condition so they can make money off you.
Yep.
That's the sad part.
That is the United States pharmaceutical dream right there, to just treat but not cure.
If I ever find it, I will show you a fake Canadian ID I got way back in fucking 2007. Because Canada's medical back then was really good, and so a friend of mine actually made me a fake Canadian ID to go across to get seen. It's somewhere.
Oh wow. Well, hey, have you tried using it though, or no?
No, not lately, man. I don't think I'd pass for it because like back then, like the volume of my hair was so much thicker that I shit you not, if I found it and posted it, I look like Fez from the 70s show.
Oh my god.
I was more darker complected, so, and then the hair, I was just like, oh my god. Someone looked at it that I showed it to, and I was like, I have a Canadian ID, and I showed it to them. They were like, dude, you fucking look like Fez when you were like in your 20s. Like, oh.
Sheesh, you had all that volume in your hair.
No, I don't. Now my hair is like getting. I'm older. It's getting flat and gray, and my wife's like, "Why do you keep growing your hair out?" I'm like, "I'm gonna grow it out until I can't, because once that bald spot, starts, it's like that's when I'm just gonna go bald like
You got
Austin."
the Cena bald spot in the back.
I'm always like, it's thinning out, man. Honestly, like if I actually like spread like my hair, you could actually see back here where it's starting to thin, and I'm like, damn it. I look at my dad. My dad still, he's just like, what are you complaining about? Because he started losing his hair in his 30s.
Oh wow! I
So,
mean, luckily, I guess I haven't had any issues. I mean, you can tell that the hair has receded in a little bit of areas, like on the forehead, but
yeah.
that's normal, I would say. But luckily, like nobody in my family. Well, I have uncles that are bald, so like thank God, like I haven't like lost my hair. Like I'm already gonna hit 40, so I figured if that was gonna happen, that would have already started happening, like in my early 30s.
Nah, if
So
you
like,
got a full set of hair right now, you're good. Then,
yeah, no, yeah, me, my brother, my sister, we all have like decent hair. My brother, I think my brother was the one that actually started balding, but he's used like preventative or whatever, like he started using stuff. So
yeah.
he's got a full head of hair now.
That's absolutely crazy. But yeah, man. So other than tech, dude, like what's going on? I saw Latrell's channel for the what you sent me the
Oh, I
video
sent you the link, yeah, to his beater car.
in his beater car. Not bad for $1,000, man.
I
Not
know,
bad.
man. I was like, man, like I would want to do something like that, but I would also want to like have like a progress video on like fixing it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what is that what he's gonna do? Is fix it up and flip it,
I'm
or
not sure. I don't know. I don't think he intends to flip it. I think he's just literally going to be driving around, the state of Wisconsin with it or whatever, and just doing DoorDash with it or whatever. So I'm just like, okay, like, why not, right? I mean, like, I feel like people have more fun watching videos like on beater cars like that than like on new cars, man. Like that, like I would want to do something like that also, but I don't have the space, man. Like we have 5 cars, and my dad has 3 cars by himself. Like I don't know. Like my dad always, he took over my 4Runner. He gave me money for the 4Runner I had, so it's his car now, even though he hasn't changed the title on it. So technically, it's still my vehicle. I can just take it whenever I want. But we have my car, my mom's car, and then he's got 3 vehicles for himself. I'm like, oh my god, like if I get another car, like there's literally no parking out in front of our house. Like we have our house is kind of like on a hill, that's why, and we only have like a concrete slab that can only hold 2 cars. So the other 3 cars are in the street basically, and they're sticking out. Luckily, we live in a cul-de-sac, so like we have the space in the cul-de-sac, but I kind of hate the way it looks also. So I'm just like,
yeah.
I was like, maybe not right now, but like I've been kind of looking on the marketplace to see like if there's any like old like Toyota or like Honda beaters that I can maybe look into. But I don't know if you've ever heard of the YouTube channel. Her name's Tech Joyce, but so look it up whenever you get the chance. She's like really young. I think she's from Canada, but she bought like an old school Honda Civic, like from like the late 90s gen, and she's been fixing it up, and I'm kind of impressed by her videos, and they're a little bit funny also. So check it out when you get the chance, man. You'll enjoy the videos. And it's funny because like I think she blurred out her face for the most part, but like not to the point where you couldn't really like recognize her. And, like, she already has 1 million subs, by the way. So she hit 1 million subs in like in the course of a year, dude, or maybe a little bit longer. But like once she hit the 1 million subs, she did like the face reveal, and like she's Asian, obviously. so but it's funny because it's like if you watch the blurred videos, you can still like see her face. It's like not really like a big difference.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about doing that because like look, I'll be honest with everybody. Like the tech stuff on this channel is starting to go down. Like I'm getting lesser and lesser views, and lesser interactions, and everything like that. So I think, I think it's time for a change. And so like I already, talked to my wife about it. Like once I move out of Phoenix and I move into Oklahoma, like one of the things that, I'm going to be doing over there is because like my dad works for a dealership there, like he's contracted. And what he does is he drives a car from the dealership in the town that he lives in to like a dealership in Dallas. And then he picks up a car from there and takes it to another dealership. Then he drives back home with another car to the dealership that he's contracted to. So my dad's like, yeah, you make good money doing that. So like when I get settled in over where I'm moving to, that's my job. That's gonna be my job. So actually this channel may convert to a car channel where I'll be doing videos while I'm taking these cars to different dealerships and just kind of showing, what the car is, what it's about, features it has. But I also told my wife that, like, when I start making good money, I'm gonna start buying older cars, working on them, like doing videos showing people, like, how to install a turbo on a
Toyota
91
Tercel.
Civic.
Toyota Tercel, let's do it.
The Tercel, yeah, no, definitely. I'm gonna grab me the Tercel. If I find me another anywhere between a 91 to 94 Tercel, I'm not gonna sell it. The other ones that I buy, like if I buy a Civic, a Sentra, those, and I work on them, fix them up, I'm actually gonna flip them. So if I buy them for $1,000, I'll probably sell them for like 1,500, maybe 2,000. I'll flip them, because like Oklahoma is like a nice hub around areas where you can get cheap cars, especially Texas. If people don't know, you can get some seriously cheap cars in Texas.
Oh yeah, it just depends where you're at. Like I know the Houston area, like you can get pretty cheap cars over there in that area. I don't know. I'm not sure about the Dallas area, but in Houston, yeah, you can.
I do know that in a couple of places in Wichita Falls, which is like 2 hours away from where I'm moving to. Out there you can find some really cheap cars, like really good price cars. Plus, too, you also have like the police auctions. You can go there and grab like some serious badass cars for cheap, because the shit they impound.
The impound or repo auctions. Yeah, there's actually a website that you can go to, or you can actually bid on them. I already forgot the website, but there's a repo auction website that you.
I think I know which one you're talking about. As I've seen it on there, it's like they do silent bid, right? That's why they do it online. You bid for it. And you just, you wait. I mean, they notify you, they let you know if someone outbidded you, if you wanted to outbid them, or, but you got I think so many hours to respond. If not, then whoever bid the highest at the closing point is, the person that wins it. But yeah, that's what I probably want to start doing is doing car videos in that extent, kind of like transitioning.
I would love to see it, man. I mean, my car channel only has a couple hundred subscribers, but I mean, it's a work in progress. It's not something I'm posting on every day, obviously, but like, the videos do get views, and it's actually like one of the higher paying sides of YouTube from what I've heard.
Yeah, I think that's why there's been an explosion of car channels, is because I mean, it's catching massive amount of views, and maybe I'll do things just like a little bit different, besides just, showing the car, working on it or whatever. But I do know that near Lawton, Oklahoma, there is a racetrack or a race compound. It's got a ring, and then it's got, because there's like a hill on that property, so they've built several curves on the road in the property where you can drift. So I may, take cars out to drift and probably start like showing like the techniques that I've learned when I lived in Japan for a little bit, and share that with people.
Sheesh.
So, yeah. I'll try to be like Takumi Fujiwara.
I'm down to watch the content. So whenever you get started on that, let me know, man. Because
I mean, I'll be living closer to you, so maybe like on several occasions I could take a trip out all the way down to where you live at, and then.
Sheesh, man, where I live at from where you're going, that's still probably like I would say probably like a 15-hour drive, bro.
How far are you? How far are you from San Antonio?
I'm about a 3.5-hour drive from San Antonio, so
not bad. Yeah. So I think it would be 11 hours, because it's 8 hours to San Antonio from where I'm moving to.
So maybe 11 hours. So
I'll still drive the trip, bro, because I mean, dude, like I like driving, so I'll drive that trip. I'll go to your town, go to your neck of the woods, and we'll take our cars and drive around
to the beach, bro. I'll take you to the beach. I'll take you to South Padre, man. Let's go. Let's do it. We'll do it.
We'll take the cars out there. We'll go like hang out. Yeah. I'll bring a camera so we can, I can shoot some photography on the cars. Because we'll
fly out Gil Heyman out here.
Oh yeah, get his ass out there. We can do like an in-person trios podcast on the DLP. I'm gonna once I start doing the car thing, I'm gonna open up another Instagram that's just specifically on cars, and I'm also gonna go to like, because the town that I'm moving to, they have an annual car show, and it's like. It's for such a small fucking town. They got a lot of cars that come out, from classics, roadsters, drag racers, to imports, to like domestics. I mean, You just walk.
Yeah, where I live, they do a yearly car show. They just had it recently. It's called Car Fest or whatever. But like, I know that there's like a lot of car meetups like where on the weekends here. I'm not sure on what day. I think it's on Sundays. They do like a coffee and cars or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, it's still a thing, man. Vehicles are still very popular, you know, and I think it's something that everyone's interested in. And the cool part is like you can also get in on the tech portion of like the newer vehicles, man, because a lot of the newer vehicles have a lot of tech in these cars. Like it's crazy, like what's going on with these vehicles.
Yeah, I think that'd be like a pretty solid thing to do. I do know. I told my wife my daughter doesn't want to go because she's scared of snakes, but right around the time that I moved there, I think like a month after, an hour north of where I'm living, there's they have the rattlesnake festival. Oh wow! It's cool as hell, and like the whole it's centered around rattlesnake catchers in Oklahoma, and towards the end of the festival, all the catchers, they bring like all the rattlesnakes that they've caught, and they measure how long they are, how heavy they are. The winner gets a grand prize of $5,000 for the biggest catch. And it's cool because like they don't kill the snakes or anything like that. They actually take them back so they can create antivenom for them. And it lessens the populations of rattlesnakes in Oklahoma, so it's like a win-win.
Yeah,
because I know the more south you go, the more southeast of Oklahoma, so going into basically like northeast Texas and Louisiana, one snake that I almost got bit by, you know them as they call them what, the water moccasins. They're basically part of the rattlesnake family, even though they don't have rattles.
Yeah,
but they are deadly venomous. Cottonmouths, they're also known as.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, there's plenty of snakes out here in South Texas, man. Honestly, like they're just in like you'll run into like a random garden snake in the backyard sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we saw one actually last night when we were hiking on the trail. My daughter took a picture of it, so when she sends me the photo, I'll send it to you. I'll DM it to you.
Oh yeah.
But like they saw a snake on the trail that we were walking, and it killed a cricket. It was just funny because it was like rolling around with the cricket in its mouth, and then it took it back into its lair on the side of the trail in like the small hole. I'm like, oh, that's a garden snake.
The show, man. Well, I'm excited about that, man. Keep me updated on the car channel thing, man. And it's as basic as like just posting videos on like your current cars, man. Like I know you got like a Kia, little Kia.
Yeah, we got the Kia Soul, the Armada.
What is an Armada? So it's like, man, just anything like that. Just posting like, hey, like this is the tech that they had back in like 2009. Like I want to do a video on my dad's Nissan Cube because my dad has a Nissan Cube.
Oh, nice.
And it's just it's like his daily because it saves on gas, obviously, but they don't make those cars here in the States anymore. So
yeah,
or, I mean, they're in Japan. They just don't have that generation of vehicle here in the States. So I kind of want to make a video just to talk about like, oh, this is the tech that it had, you know what I mean? Like, and like here were the specs, but it's all trash. Like the paint on it's already gone. But I'm sure people would still want to see.
Oh yeah, dude. Like even as going as far back, because I know like my dad has the 64 Fairlane, so I could do videos on his car.
Oh yeah.
He's just like, I remember his face when I told him, I was like, hey, I want to shoot a video on your car. He's like, just don't record my license plate. I'm like, dude, if people figure out what town I'm in, you're the only guy here with a 64 Fairlane. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm sure not a lot of people are going to be taking their time to find out where people live just so that they can go trash somebody's vehicle.
But the car is dope as hell. I remember when it was running, because my dad was working on it. We took it for a drive, and I kind of freaked out because we got stopped, and the car doesn't have seatbelts. And I'm like, dude, we're gonna get a ticket for no seatbelts. And then the cop comes, and he's all like, "Oh, you guys don't have any seatbelts." And my dad's like, "Yeah, everything's fully stock. I didn't modify anything in the car." And the guy's like, so he kind of radios in for a verification check, and then it comes back from the DMV. It's like, yeah, 64 Fairlanes didn't have seatbelts built into them. And he's like, okay. He's like, well, you guys be safe. And we're driving off. My dad looks at me. He's just like, just for me to be careful because it's classic. I want to show people. The transmission is it's standard, but it's an H column shifter. So the shifter's in the column by the steering wheel and not on the baseboard or the floorboard. And then the dashboard's made out of metal. So I was like, I always tell my dad, if we have no seatbelts and we crash, what happens? He's just like, well, make sure you have an appointment with the dentist because you're about to crack your skull and bust your teeth out because the whole dash is solid metal. I'm like, dude, they really didn't care if you guys lived back in the day.
Nope. I mean, the regulations back then were a lot differently. I remember my grandparents having cars with like no seatbelts also. So I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know how our generation survived because probably back then also we were riding around in cars that didn't have any seatbelts. So
yeah,
I just remember my mother holding on to me when I was a kid, like all the time.
Yeah,
like, okay, why is she doing this?
My first car that my dad gave me, this was back when I was in Hawaii. He moved out of the state, and I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to move with him because, you know, I was in love with my girlfriend at the time. So he had a 67 Mercury Comet, which is the more like the more luxury line of like the Chevy Nova. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, he gave it to me. And he's just like, I want you to take care of it. And I'm like, okay. You know, because it looked like a Chevy Nova, but it's a Mercury Comet. And it was fast as hell too. Like my dad took real good care of it. And like the person he bought it off of kept it in their garage. They barely drove it. So it only had 58,000 true miles on the motor. And so it was my car, but I didn't have a driver's license at the time. So my sister's 91 Honda Accord broke down. So my ex-brother-in-law was like, can I borrow the car to go to work? And I'm like being cool about it. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. So I let him and my sister drive it. The car breaks down on him. He parks it at a Burger King and then abandons it. Doesn't put a note, doesn't tell Burger King like, hey, I'm going to try to get the car towed. Just leaves it. So me being, you know, young and dumb or whatever, I was always out skating with my friends, so I was hardly ever home. I was living with my sister and him. That when I did come back home to, you know, like shower, grab some different clothes to put in my backpack before I dipped out for a week, I noticed my car wasn't there, and then they were like, you know, it broke down. They didn't get it towed in time, and so the city towed it. Now it's on the auction yard, and because it was still registered to my dad, they sent him a letter that he had 30 days to get it or they were going to auction it.
Oh, wow.
And he couldn't get back to Hawaii in time to get it. So my dad would always tell me like he was pissed that I lost that car.
Damn, yeah. I mean, that's very unfortunate that stuff like that does happen, man. But it is what it is. I mean, you can't. I mean, you were young, and we make mistakes, and we're human. We're all human.
Yeah, it's the way of it. But anyways, bro, I gotta start getting ready because my kids got out of school early today, so I'm gonna eat and then get ready to pick them up from school.
All right, dog. Well, good stream, man. I'll keep an eye out on your videos that your shorts that are coming up later. Hopefully.
Yeah. Shorts always coming out. Actually, 2 videos are coming out today. No shorts. So.
All right. Sounds good, boss. All right. Well, you guys everyone have a good one, man. Thanks again.
Everyone be cool. Everyone be cool. Be easy. Subscribe to B-Tech. Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to the DLP. God damn it, we need more people to subscribe to the DLP and come by, man, because we love talking wrestling. And
oh yeah, before we go, just to add to that, all right. So I know you and Mil Heyman or whatever his name is.
I agree with you now on the Cena thing. That, oh my god.
Hey, so actually, no, I kind of enjoyed his promo a little more on Monday than last week. He was a little whiny last week. This time he was still kind of like,
he wasn't.
It's kind of like you're kind of starting to see his villain saga, I guess, character develop a little bit. So, but yeah, it's still kind of there where it's just like, he is going to be on Raw next week. So, but if you've noticed, like he's not responding to Cody at all. There's no address.
Yeah, what the hell? That's what I was thinking. Like, I was like, oh my God, they're going to throw hands, right? And of course, typical heel fashion, they act like they're going to, they roll out the ring. But I'm like, come on, John, you could have brought a whole entire different element. You know what? I'm going to save that for the DLP.
We can save it, yeah. We can save it.
I'm going to save that thought for the DLP. So if you guys want to catch that, subscribe to the damn DLP already. Turn on notifications so you don't miss when we're live. And then go troll our resident heel commentator, Gil Heyman.
Yeah, I'm available tonight if you guys want to do that. Wait, what's today? Wednesday or is it Thursday? Today's Wednesday. If you're free after 9, I can do it. After I usually watch Dynamite because I like to see how bad Dynamite is. But also
Snap.
I'm available tomorrow, like after like 12 o'clock. So because I get out of work early, so
Probably tomorrow because I have Amazon
tomorrow,
Flex tonight. So.
Yeah, no worries, man. I mean, I'll be gig working tonight or this afternoon also. So we'll see what's up, man. But let me know your schedule tomorrow. If not, again, I can do early Friday.
You said after 12 p.m. your time, right? So what would you say,
tomorrow,
like around 2 p.m. your time or so? Or 1 p.m.?
Doable, yeah. Again, I go home, I eat lunch, and then I'm just chilling. I might fall asleep. We'll see. But if we're gonna do it, I'll stay awake. No worries.
If you want to do it for 1 p.m., I'm absolutely free at that time. My time here.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll follow up with you, and we'll see what's up, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll call it a day. And I swear to God, if I don't see a new subscriber on DLP, I'm gonna be mad. Do it.
You're throwing out some gang signs over here.
Peace, everybody. Have a good night or good day, whatever time.